Aloha, I'm Napua with There in the Islands, and today we have a very special guest. He's an actor, restaurateur, Yugi Okumoto. Blech.
That's okay. I've heard worse.
She's doing the same thing as what
She
Mari was doing.
She loves the camera, right?
So, Yugi, what's been going on with you? I mean, 3 years later, you're still in the film industry, and you're still the film actor turned into restaurant owner. You've been doing it successfully for the last 3 years. We've been having some fun. You've been just all over the place.
Yeah, 3 years. God, it went by quick. Yes, it's a lot of work though, trying to balance, family. Family comes first, of course, and then, the restaurant and my acting career I'm still involved in. So it's tough trying to balance all those things. Well, I guess everybody knows me from Karate Kid to playing the good guy. Okay, I was the bad guy. Karate Kid 2, I did Pearl Harbor, True Believer with James Woods. Let's see, what else? Oh, Big Mama's House 2 is coming out this Friday, the 27th. And don't leave before the end, because that's when I come out, so please don't leave. I did a movie called Endgame with Cuba Gooding Jr., which is coming out next year. And then, Only the Brave. It's a feature about the 1 Puka Puka and the 442nd Battalion that fought overseas in Europe during World War II. And they became the most decorated unit in World War II. And it's about these men who came together for one cause, which was basically to prove their American citizenship, that they deserved that they were true Americans, and it was an awesome experience to be involved in a important part of history like that. And it's a story that needed to be told, and she is so squirmy. So now she's farting.
Yeah.
It's really important, and it's educational for not only for this generation, but for the younger generation as well, because a lot of that stuff was never in the history books about the accomplishments and the sacrifices that these Japanese American, Japanese Hawaiians made for America. And it's unfortunate that that stuff isn't out there, for people to see, so or read about. As far as the people I've worked with, the one that's kind of stands out, and I just went to his memorial service, was Pat Morita. I mean, he kind of paved the way for a lot of young Asian American actors, and he, talk about his story. Oh my God, he had a tough time. He had spinal tuberculosis, and he couldn't walk. And so he was in a full body cast, and so he couldn't do anything, for, I guess, the first 9 years, 10 years of his life. And doctors told me he'd never walk again. So he proved them wrong. He walks out of this hospital, but then he walks right into the internment camp, and so he goes to internment camp in Arizona, and then after Arizona, his family relocates to the Bay Area. They open up a restaurant, and they're very successful, and Pat starts, working his, little comedy there, and then after that, his father passed away. His father died in a car crash, and so, one hardship after the other, and to see him succeed and after what he's gone through, especially kind of breaking ground. You know, he was a stand-up comedian for years. You know, and he opened for like people like Red Fox of all people, and they were, you know, a little tight. But it's amazing, you know, after, you know, Happy Days, you feel like, oh yeah, now he's on the road to success and blah blah blah, and then he has this huge mudslide in you know, in California. They had this home in Malibu, and he's lost his home, and it was, you know, devastating. I can't imagine, you know. I mean, I lose my wallet or something like that, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
But to lose your home, it's oh my God. And so he recovered from that, and you know, next thing you know, he's you know, Mr. Miyagi, and you know, it was awesome working with him on the set. I mean, God, he's always in a good mood. He's always, you know, cracking jokes, and you know, I'll never forget the first time we were on the set together. You know, I mean, I'm getting a character because I'm playing a bad guy. I'm like, oh man, come on,
Yeah.
get into this thing. You know, I'm really, you know, intense. Yeah, young actor. Yeah. So, you know, I guess Pat saw me, you know, get into this, you know, character and all that. He comes strolling over and he goes, hey, you know, you get the changes for today. I'm going, changes? What changes? He goes, yeah, you got monologue. You know, they added some dialogue. Yeah. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, so I go over to the assistant director. I said, hey man, what's going on? They added dialogue, and I'm supposed to do this today. And they kind of, what are you talking about? So I look over at Pat, and Pat comes over and he goes, hey, now you can relax. So
That's
it was
the
kind
Hawaiian
of,
side.
yeah, so it's kind of, you know, it kind of loosened me up because I was, you know, you kind of focus on one thing and you forget about everything else. And so it was kind of great, you know, to have Pat kind of mess with me a little bit to bring me down. So, yeah, so now I do that to all the, you know, young actors now.
Aloha, I'm Napua. I'm right here with our Onolicious Kau Kau Corner at Kona Kitchen in Seattle. It's a Hawaiian restaurant here in the Seattle area. I'm here with Yugi. And so, Yugi, what Onolicious grinds are we making today?
Today, we're going to make some bread pudding. So, do you ever get a sense of that you're being like followed or somebody's looking over your shoulder? It's just Bill.
It's
Sorry.
only Bill.
Okay. Yeah, today's bread pudding. It's very simple and really good.
Okay, bread pudding.
Bread pudding.
Okay, now this is a Hawaiian grinds.
Well, it's, you know what though, I tell you, there's this place in Kaimaki that I used to go to, this little bakery, and I tell you, they had the best bread pudding. So I
Okay.
said to myself, I'm gonna make bread pudding because every time I have, you know, bread pudding, it reminds me of Hawaii. So since I
Okay.
cannot be there, I'm gonna make some good,
Okay.
Onolicious bread pudding.
Okay, that sounds good.
First, we get a pan, okay? We get
Okay.
one pan.
One pan.
And you get some spray, and you spray there and try and not get it on your hand, okay?
I always do that. There is not
there,
a trick.
you get some spray.
Okay.
Okay, then you take your bread. It's about a loaf of, I like to use the thick slice. It's a little bit thicker than your regular standard bread.
Okay.
This one's called Texas toast.
Uh-huh.
Usually made for you know, French toast kind of stuff. So,
So well, it must have a lot of eggs because it's yellow.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Plus I'm yellow, so I like to use yellow.
You know, that's the only place in Hawaii, yeah, that you can make fun of whatever skin color we are, and it's okay.
Throw it all in this pan after you spray it.
Okay.
Make sure you get it all in
So
there.
all of that's gonna fit.
Yeah. Like a nice mound of bread. Okay. You get all your bread nice and even there. Looks like a big pillow. See?
Okay.
There you got. See? You see
Oh,
that?
it's just.
yellow, yellow. Anyway, here we go now. Here's all the secret ingredients of my bread pudding.
Okay.
Okay, we have 6 eggs. I already beat them, okay? See that? Okay. Then you add 2 cans of milk. The, what is this called? Condensed milk. Yeah, evaporated condensed milk. Sorry.
No.
Not the thick kind. Yeah, pour the 2 cans of milk. This is 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. You throw that in there. You have some nutmeg. This is about 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Like to add nutmeg. And some vanilla. This is about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then we have sugar. Okay, just your regular CNH, cane sugar. 1.5
From Hawaii.
From Hawaii. 1.5 cups of sugar. H2O. 3 cups.
For those of you who don't know what H2O is, it's water.
Is that what it is? Okay, you mix it all up here.
Smells good.
It's a cinnamon. Oh,
the cinnamon, yeah, and then
cinnamon.
also the combination of the nutmeg, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Also makes a good, French toast.
Really?
Yeah. You put a little bit of nutmeg
Kind
in
of
that
a
cinnamon.
deluxe kind.
Yeah. You don't want to pour it into your pan because it'll spill out because the bread isn't flat. So a lot of times, it gets all over the place. So what I like to do is get a ladle.
Okay.
And just kind of ladle it in like this. So all the, bread gets soaked. See that?
Oh,
it's so much better.
What a trick.
Yeah, so you
Not
try
so
and get
messy.
all the bread, nice and soaked so it tastes good and doesn't get burnt because sometimes if you don't get your bread soaked, I'm going to pour it at just the same time.
This is a pretty simple recipe,
Very
isn't it?
simple. So you get it all in there. Get all the
You want to make sure it's all completely coated.
Yeah.
Over for the bread.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
And it's going to be soft enough.
Yeah, it's all good. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot one thing.
What?
You're supposed to add some butter.
Okay.
So since I put it back in the microwave, we're gonna have to add it later.
Okay.
So we'll just
And
pour
it
it
goes
in.
on top?
So it goes actually in the mix, but I forgot. Put it in the oven at 350, and you bake it for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes sometimes. But just checking, make sure it doesn't get too overcooked.
Okay.
You want it to get solid, but not burnt.
Okay.
So.
Can this be done in the microwave?
No, this cannot be done in the microwave.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just.
I know.
Yeah.
I had to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that quick.
He's still gone. It's.
So
This is really good even without being
do you
cooked.
have to?
I'm gonna have to make that now.
Yeah, it's really good. So hopefully it won't burn this. The butter and top.
You what?
Hopefully it won't burn.
Oh no, I don't think so. Do you cover it up? Or you just put them like this, like that?
I'm gonna have to cover this just to make sure, and then I'll brown it.
Do you serve this for your?
Yeah.
Really, for a dessert?
Yeah. It's really good.
It was. So now you're adding.
A little bit of cinnamon on top. I like to.
You like cinnamon?
I like cinnamon, so you could do it either way.
Cinnamon on apples. Oh.
So I'm gonna just cover this one. Usually you don't have to, but because I put the butter on top, I don't want the butter to kind of get burned.
Okay.
So I'll probably take the cover off. Like 10 minutes left. So do I need to do anything else, or we're all set? Okay.
While he's gone, I have no more to taste.
Don't cut your hand.
I know. I'll try not to cut my hand. I always do that, huh? Yeah, she calls the shots pretty much. She
Mari
knows.
is how old now?
God, she is 3.5, going on 20.
Yeah, and she's in preschool.
She is in preschool. She's learning Japanese right now, which is kind of cool. But I tell you, she plays me like a fiddle. I'll never forget this. Oh my gosh, she got me really good. I was in the back because I was kind of, giving her a timeout. She's, whining a little bit, and then pretty soon she stops, and she's like, "Daddy, are you still there?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm still here." Pretty soon she starts whistling. And she starts singing, and I'm like, "This is not a timeout." So I go over there. I said, "Hey, Mari, okay." And I try to explain to her that this is not what you call a timeout. You have to sit here, be quiet, blah blah blah, and it's not fun time,
Yeah.
Otherwise, next time I'm gonna leave the room, and you have to sit here by yourself. So okay, she says, "Okay, I'll behave," blah blah blah. Like, take her outside. She starts acting out again. I said, "Okay, that's it, time out." So I take her to the back again, sit her down, and she's like wailing. She does not want to stay in this room by herself. So I said, "Mari, this is your punishment. You got to stay in this room." Next thing you know, she says, "I peed in my pants. I peed." I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe this. I'm going nuts." So I take her, I grab her, and I set her down in front of the bathroom, and I tell Liz, my mother-in-law, I says, "Okay, take care of her, please. She's driving me crazy. Just please take her to the bathroom. She peed in her pants." And then she goes, "Oh my God." So she takes her into the bathroom. Here comes Mari out of the bathroom singing, la 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 la. I'm going, "What the?" And then Liz says, "She didn't pee her pants." So what do you mean? There's nothing. So she played me.
Yeah, yeah.
She just did whatever she did. Well, I mean, she could to get out of that situation, which is brilliant. I mean, I couldn't like get mad. I thought that's ingenious.
Smart.
Yeah, and this is when she's like 2.5. I'm like, oh my God. This is our kind of wall of fame, or maybe it's wall of shame. Here's Ted Lang. Now you remember Ted from The Love Boat, exciting and anymore. He's a bartender. I can't sing. This is Tom Sneva, who's the big-time race car driver, and this here is a shot from the set of The Crow, Wicked Prayer, which is the 4th installment of the Crow movie. This is Tara Reid, and that's me, and this is Emmanuel Chikira or something. I can't remember how the pronunciation goes, but really, it was an awesome film. This here, I don't know, he's kind of unrecognizable, but this is Mark Dacascos, who's a local boy. He and I worked together on the movie called Only the Brave, and that was the first time we actually got a chance to work together on a film, which was great because he's really a nice guy. He's also on Iron Chef right now, and he's the guy that just that kind of. Here's Fumio Demura. This guy, Sensei Demura, is awesome. He actually doubled Pat Morita for the Karate Kid films. Really, really good martial artist. Used to work out with Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, all those guys. This is way back in the day. He's a really great sensei. So he's based out of Orange County. Marcus Chong, Marcus and I also worked on Wicked Prayer. Marcus, I think, there's 4 horsemen: famine, death, pestilence, and war. He was war. This is a movie called Aloha Summer. We shot in Hawaii. It was a great experience. We shot there for about 9 weeks. The first 3 weeks, all we did was get out and surf on our longboards, which is an awesome experience because, not only do you get to kind of hang out in the surf and play around there, but you're getting paid. This is Michael Bay up here, this is from the movie Pearl Harbor. You hear all these stories about Michael Bay. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's this and that, And when I work with him, he's awesome. He's a great guy. I mean, we shot this little scene where I come up with the headband and tie it on, and right before I'm going on, with the little the sun here, and it was kind of a cool shot, and Michael comes running over after we finished shooting it, and he goes, "Hey, you gotta check this out. Come on." And so he pulled me over to the monitor and showed me the playback, and he was so excited. He goes, "That's gonna be in the trailer. That's gonna be the trailer." And sure enough, it was. You know, he was so excited. He's just like a big kid. Yeah, playing that character, it was good because I think there was I tried to bring some sort of balance. You know, we're talking about maybe taking that monologue out and talking about because I basically have a voiceover in the film of me writing a letter to my father before I go into battle and making the sacrifices for my country and the nobility of that. So it kind of adds a little more of a human element to the film. So I think that's why I kind of like that part, was because it showed another side to these men. It makes them more human.
Right.
So it's funny because you think about that time and the films that came out, all the propaganda. These people were barbaric and this and that. You know, it's just about men making the same sacrifices, for their country, and that's what it's about. Whether you're from Japan or whether you're from America, wherever, it's just you believe in a cause. It's for your country. Then that's what these men were doing during that time. So
Nice.
Woo. Okay, so we'll have a little taste, okay? We ready? You gonna have some whipped cream on it? There, that's the way.
Ooh. Oh, hot, hot.
Oh.
How is it?
Very good. Ooh, this is very,
good.
oh, delicious. Wow, this is really good.